Okay, so let's talk about the big differences. And this is a generalization. This is not, 100% across the board for everybody. I've certainly noticed a big shift in my life in this regard. So please understand that as I share this, it's a generalization. It is not a one size fits all. There's no one size fits all as it relates to human beings. But let's talk about men versus women as it relates to left brain dominant versus right brain dominant. So real quick science, I'm going to keep it simple. Left brain is logic. It's problem solving. It's I'm going to get things done. For all of you men out there, you may be saying, oh yeah, that's me. That's the part of my brain that's always lighting up, or very often lighting up, right? The right brain is more intuitive, right side of our brain, right? More intuitive, more as it relates to creativity, okay? And also this kind of intuitive sense of being in touch with our emotions. And so, kind of as the old adage goes, right? The men are more hardened and closed down, and the women are more expressive of their thoughts, feelings, and emotions, generally speaking. So for men that find themselves very much getting stuck in their left brain, becoming very left brain dominant, that logic, okay, that problem solving can be a tremendous gift, but staying there for too long can also be very frustrating. Frustrating for ourselves and frustrating for our wife or our partner, because we're not accessing those emotions. We're not opening up. That means that we're too much in the left side of our brain. And so we want to find that balance the best that we can, and of course, where appropriate, right? But we want to do the best that we can to be able to access both sides of the brain when and where needed. And so this right side of the brain, that intuitive and that creative side, this can be stimulated in a number of different ways. It can be stimulated listening to music, drawing, doing different creative tasks. And there's a whole other piece to this that I do very much in my clinical work, and that is helping people to get out of their brain and into their hearts. When we cry, it's a beautiful thing because it means that we're connected to our heart. It means that we're connected to our emotions. And when we get out of living in our brain, especially the left hemisphere of the brain, we can really start to connect with people on a deeper level because we're not trying to figure everything out. We're not trying to solve problems all the time. We're just working on connecting. When we're in our heart, we are open to connect with other people's hearts. But when we're in our left side of our brain, we're just thinking about problem solving. We may be thinking about the logical, very materialistic aspect of connecting things together, but we're talking about things. We're not talking about people. And so in the book, we're going to dive in and talk more about how to find that balance, understanding what's left and what's right side of the brain, and then how we can work on getting in touch with getting out of our heads and getting into our heart. And by the way, I do this with the work that I do with both men and women, but particularly for men that stay more dominant inside of the left side of their brain. They can find it difficult to either access the right side of the brain, or even if they can kind of find that balance, right, kind of ultimately getting down into the heart.